2-inch pendant. So I think it is the faux cinnabar. Is that how you say it? Let me show you here. Bring it up here. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Samantha. So this is that a faux. I do that it is real. I think it's like a reproduction of the cinnabar. A really cool piece. It has really minor wear on it. It is marked on. Let me see, on the pendant 925, and then it has this is the chain, and then it's marked 925 here, which may just be the clasp and the pendant. But I did not test it. But it is pretty. It is a really neat piece. Um, Either way, definitely a longer pendant. That one is running now. Let me give you an idea. So it's very nice. Thank you so much, Poodle Babe. It is very nice. It's in great condition. No wear or anything like that. So, really cool piece. Thank you so much. She is yours. She is a cool gem there. Alrighty. Oh, forgot to get a basket. Let me grab a basket. There we go. All right. So I'm going to just go back to the top. I'm just going to go, through the top. If you see something, you can't stick around, and you see something and you want to, have it pulled up next, let me know. So this is another handmade piece. This is post Y2K. Again, not, made yesterday, but definitely not technically vintage. It is handmade. It's that Heshi. I'm probably saying it wrong because I am not the best of pronouncers. And like the little turquoise chips in there. I believe it could be full, but from my research, I don't think it is. Cute little butterfly. And here is your clasp on there. So a pretty little gem, handmade gem, little wear on the back, but not much. So that is running out for $6. And definitely handmade for sure. All right, excuse my band-aid. Right before I came on, I got a paper cut. It's like the worst. Let's see here. Let me search Avon. Go. All right, so next up is a pretty Avon's piece. It is silver toned. Let me show you this little pretty gem. So she hangs like this. So she is silver toned. Here is her mark. So she is SAQ, and that is an Avon designer. And here are, that's like acrylic. Little shades of green, different kind of acrylic. Minor wear, but nothing, overbearing or anything like that. Really nice overall. So I'm going to start that now for $6. I know, right? They are horrible. And like when you get them, like you yell, like you had your hand cut off. At least I do. Like, ah. They are the worst for being so tiny. They sting so badly. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. All right. What do I have on there next? Whoops. Oh, this is a pretty one. Bear with me, friends. I'm like trying to see if I can search these quicker. All right. So this one is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Rhinestone with like emerald green glass necklace. Absolutely stunning. Has like that diamond cut chain on it. It is not marked. Um, pretty nice. Like really no wear. Look at that pretty chain. Isn't that gorgeous? Really no wear on it. And here is the pendant on there. Isn't that stunning? So beautiful. And here is the back so you can see how that is set. So just a really pretty gem. Oops. There we go. She is running now. Really stunning. The stones are really beautiful on it. Just a really pretty. This is a kind of necklace I call heirloom. Like I think it's a really great piece to hand down to the next generation. All right. I have so many necklaces. They're just all over the place. Let's see here. Just scrolling through, friends. There we go. All right, so this one is a vintage handmade silver tone. Here is the clasp on there. You can see the clasp has a little bit of wear, right? Needs a little cleaning. Here is the beading on here. So it's like these silver tone beads. I do not believe they are silver sterling, but they do have the hematite and the opalite glass beads on here. Really, really pretty. Look at that center one. But just a great piece. And it looks like that when it's hanging. So that one is running now. I love how this one catches the light. Really pretty. All right, we are going right down the road. So the next one's a really neat piece from Korea. Looks like this on there. Let me just grab it from the stream. All right, so this gem is 18 inches. You can see it is hand beaded, silver toned, has fabulous beads on there, some glass and silver. These are weighted, like they're heavy. These are heavy, maybe pewter. Let me take her off so you can see her a little better. So some glass, and like I said, they may be pewter. They're on the heavy side. And some stone, and then a really cool. This kind of reminds me of the Moana necklace, if you're familiar with that Disney movie. And there is your Korea mark. What a really neat piece. So that is running out for $8. And like I said, I really think these are probably pewter because it is a little heavy. It's on the heavy side. All kind of mediums. Clay, pewter, glass. Really cool piece from Korea. All right. Speaking of Korea, let me just grab this other Korea piece. This one's pretty cool as well. This is a Viking ship from Korea, which is kind of funny. But let's see here. Oops. Spelled it wrong. Try that again. There we go. All right, so this gem is 19 inches. That does not include the pendant. So silver tone with the Viking ship on there. Let me pull it off so you can see it up close. There is your Korea mark and your clasp. And a pretty silver standard, vintage chain on there. Really nice, really, just no discoloration that I can see. And there is your charm. Isn't that cool? A lot of detail in the face of the dragon that's on there. And here is the back. A little bit of wear, but nothing bad. In general vintage wear. So that is running right now for $8. And I thought he was interesting. Like you even see his little, like the teeth on there. All right, let's see here. All right. Oops. Can't spell. All right, so this one is gorgeous. This is a stunning 1928 piece. 1928 is an 80s company that does the 20s. I think that Victorian kind of age. So this is triple stand. The colors are really pretty. Kind of remind me of watermelon colors. So we have pink. I guess it would be probably in a lucite with gold like swirl paint on there with some gold. And then there is also some green glass. These beads are glass on there. Here is the Viking ship. Yep. I can come back to that for you for sure. Here is the clasp on this 1928 piece. And there is your hallmark for the 1928. So a great piece from 1928. Triple strand, that's running out. Again, the green is glass on there. Really pretty. Yeah. I mean, I believe it is. To me, it looks like one. I'll bring it up and show you it again. Oops, get up there. Doesn't want to stay up. Yeah. See, kind of, and to me, it looks like one, right? The Viking ships. He's got the dragon and the you can even see like the teeth on there. But interesting. Yeah. Which I thought was curious for, Korea to do that. But a lot of times they have the the other beaded necklaces. All right. Let's see. This one is a pretty Trifari. A gorgeous. I put the wrong. Hold on one second. That should be. There we go. That's better. Really pretty crown Trifari. You can see it is like a molded. Look at the bead on there. The carved. There is your crown Trifari, and the little latch is that really teeny tiny latch right there. Clasp, rather, excuse me. But really pretty. The beads are great. There's no, discoloration or anything like that. And they get bigger as you go to the bottom of the necklace. You can see that's what she looks like. So that is running now. Welcome, friends. If you're just hopping on our caboose here for our awesome necklace train. So many pretty necklaces. If you see anything I've already shown or you see something you would like to see again, just ask and I will put it up there for you next. All right. So next up, this is on the shorter sides. I want to make sure. I want to say 16. Okay, 17 inches. 17 inches. So this is hand beaded. 17-inch rose necklace. I think that the roses are probably a celluloid. Here is the clasp on there. Then you can see the hand beaded, but here's the roses. They're really nice, like really pretty little necklace. Very nice condition. No real wear on it that I can see. So that is running out for $7. Again, it is 17 inches. You can see there. What a pretty little handmade gem. All right, let's see here. Next up, I have another, I want to say, is this Monet or Trifari? Trifari, yeah. So this is a choker from Trifari. It is 16 inches. You can see that is what it looks like. It is gold tone metal, and it is like braided, twisted with a white clear plastic bead. The metal's beautiful on there. There's no turning or color, discoloration. There's your Trifari. But a really, kind of a classic looking piece. So, how long the clear and blue faceted the glass? Yep, I can look it up for you. Just 1 second. That one is running now. And then I will pull up that for you. All right, so this one. Okay, you got it. All right. Yep. All right, I'll pull her up for you. Oops. There we go. Okay. Yep. So here is your clasp on there. Definitely on the older side, and the cut is gorgeous. Absolutely just beautiful. The glasses, and the color is beautiful. Look at this one. Just really gorgeous. I'll start that for you. Thank you so much for your opening bid. She's beautiful. Like a stunner. Let me show you how pretty she is on. Oops. Here you are. Congratulations, ma'am. She is all yours. Yes, it is. It is beautiful. Like, it is really pretty. To think that, they would have hand cut it and shaped it then. The clasp is great. Great piece. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. All right. Let's see. I have a couple other, I'll pull up some other glass pieces since we're looking at those. So this is going to be a choker at 14 inches. Shades of Purple glass. So she is definitely on the shorter side. So she's going to look like that. And she is also older. Here you can see the clasp. Definitely has some wear on the clasp. It does, work. It just has, the discoloration. And you can see where it's, been hand beaded. But look at these different color purples. Just really, really pretty. Kind of an oblong shape cut. Some of the Aurora Borealis coating on there as well. So that is running out for 10. But I like the colors on here. All right. Thank you so much for your bid. This is a choker. 14, I think. Yeah, 14. There. All right. Congratulations. It is really pretty. Oh, I have some more. Oh, let me see. I have some more glass ones. Oops. Let me, I can pull them up. All right. So the next one, let me do. This is another choker. This is a really tiny one. This is only 13 inches. So very tiny. It does have a 2-inch extender, so it could get up to a really big 15 inches. And this is a set. So it comes with, it's 2 strands and then has matching earrings. So here's the necklace. So it's cut faceted glass. And I believe that the peach color are the sugar beads. Has your hook, your J hook on there. Yes, that's what I thought. Thank you for verifying that. I am constantly learning. These almost look like a flying saucer shape, you see? And then you have your round. Really pretty. And then there are the peach. Overall, they're pretty nice. I don't really, see any of really missing on there. Too bad. Pretty nice. And then it comes with these clip earrings that match. So that is those. They are not marked. Yes, that's true. Yep. Could get an extension. Yeah. I always forget about you can still buy those extenders. Here is the clips on them. So a pretty nice set. Pretty overall. So that is running now. Buy them on Amazon. Okay, that is good to know. Really pretty. Thank you for your bid. Really gorgeous. All right, congratulations. Another pretty set there. All right, let's see here. Are so pretty. Okay, so the next one, I did a little research. I try to research, the best of my ability. I think this is a Victorian, an early 1900s piece. It is 18 inches. So it is 18 inches is how big it is. Where did it go? It is really pretty. Let me show you what it looks like first, and then I'll show it up close. So this is what it looks like on. And here is the clasp. You can see that there is some verdigris on the clasp there. The clasp is functional, but it would definitely need, a little baking soda, or, if you are someone who repairs jewelry, you could replace those pieces right there. But it is cut faceted glass, and you can see they are not perfect. So I'm, pretty proof positive that they are probably all, individually hand cut, and you can see all the hand knots in there. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bead, and then there is your bottom right there. But a really pretty necklace. So I'm going to push start on that. Hi, Miss Hope. Thank you so much for your bid. It is gorgeous. Yeah. All right. Congratulations. Yeah. This is a really pretty one as well. You can see, like, all the beads are completely, different and left hand cut. You are very welcome. Thank you. Stick them here. All right. Let me see. Did I pull any more glass ones? Trying to stay in the theme here. I have lots of glass ones, but just like that same era. I might, maybe it. Oh, this one. Well, this one's newer. We're going to go forward a few decades, but it still has some cut glass on there. So let me pull this one up. So this one's going to go forward a few decades. Not early 1900s. Let's see here. And it's definitely longer. Let me see. 29 inches. So this is a longer one for sure. Double-stranded. Really cool acrylic beads and some cut faceted glass. Super chunky. The beads start out small and then they get chunky. Here is your clasp. Little wear on the metal on this clasp, but again, it is fully functional and it does stay in there tight. Little wear, if you look up close, on some of these black beads. They're definitely an acrylic, made to look like glass. But overall, it's in pretty nice condition. The cut glass clear ones are great. But a really neat, black piece. I like kind of remind me of a disco ball, the cut of the black beads. But the pink, this one here, this one. Oops. Yeah, these are a lucite, and the green. So the pink and the orange, you can see, are lucite, but the green is glass. The green one is glass on there. So I'll put this one up and show you. And let me run this one since it's up here. I'm going to run this one, and then I'll go right back to the pink one since I pulled it up. This one's 29, and that one's running now. And then I'll pull that pink one. But I love this one. Makes lots of noise. And I want to say the pink one is 18. The pink one's a 1928, if you are familiar with that brand. Let me show you. Bring it up for you. It is 17 inches and a 3-inch extender. So it can get up to 20 inches. So it is 1928, which is a 1980s brand that did like the Victorian 1920s pieces, but it is triple stranded. So that's what that looks like on there. Yes, revival. Thank you. Here is the hook on there. And there is your 1928. It's in very nice condition. The pink has like a gold metallic swirl added to it. And then again, the green are glass. So if you want me to rerun it, I can rerun them for you. Which I'll just go ahead and do it anyway because I am not sure who's hopping off and on. So we'll go ahead and run it in case there's anyone interested. The colors are really pretty. The one up says green shell. Yes, I sure can. I can do that one for you next. Absolutely. Yep. This one is a 1980s piece. So let me pull it up. That is this one. Make sure I pulled the right one up here. Yeah. This is 30 inches. So it is a longer one. It's an acrylic. Here is the clasp on it. And I was trying to describe like the shape and the texture, and it reminded me of like a shell. So that's why I said shell-like. But it is a really nice one. So this one's going to run now for $7. Again, it is a long one, but it's really pretty. The beads are great. They make great. I love a good sound on a necklace. Very pretty. Very pretty green color. Absolutely. Like I'll put, don't hesitate to ask. I'll bring up anything anyone would like to look at. I'm running down the list, and then I have some necklaces I just picked up that I kind of myself just went through real quickly, but some really neat pieces in there as well. All right, so this next one is a handmade gem. It is 22 inches. It is not vintage. It's post Y2K, but really pretty. Silver tones and purpled glass. And let me bring it up here. So here is, why is it blurry? Come on. There we go. Here is the clasp. A little bit of metal wear on the lobster claw there. But the chain, I think this is pretty cool. There's no discoloration on the chain. So the top part is like that, a double chain like that. And then they added the purple glass and the silver beads. So really pretty. And then they have these metal wire balls at the bottom. So really pretty, kind of different handmade piece. So that is running now. Again, not vintage, definitely, after 2000. I don't think it was made in the recently, but definitely not vintage. Let's see. Oh, I missed this one. I missed this cut faceted glass one. This is so tiny, guys. Look at this little teeny tiny gem. It is so little. I want to say 11 inches, maybe. Let me just make sure. Yeah, 11 inches. So that's why it is super short. It does have a 2-inch extender, so it can get up to 13. Black cut glass, really, really pretty. I don't know, it may be Austrian. It's not marked, but it could be. There is your, has a J hook. But the beads are beautiful. If you were I don't know anybody, a child that has a tiny neck like that. But if you're a jewelry artist, the beads are stunning for like a upcycle piece. So I have that one. We're going to push start on that one now. Thank you, Hope. Yeah, it's really pretty. There's your beads a little closer. It's gorgeous. So, all right. She is yours. Congratulations. Oops. You are welcome. Put it in a little bag for you. Jewelry bag. All right. Let me make sure I don't have any more. All right. Kind of just going to go down what I have. All right. So this one is another handmade piece, another modern piece. But it's really pretty. It is heavy, has some weight to it. It's made with like brown agate stone and mother of pearl. Kind of like a chunky statement necklace. Let me see. Make sure I'm telling you the right length here. 24 inches. So this one's longer. This one is longer. And here is the toggle. The stones are gorgeous, everybody. The mother of pearl's beautiful. Oh, look at these stones. Really great. Just a gorgeous piece. So we'll start at that. Thank you so much. And it does have some fresh faux water pearls in there. All right. All right. Congratulations. So this one has a lot of weight. It's a heavy piece, but it's beautiful. Thank you. All right. Let's see. What didn't I show? I showed it all on that rack. Okay. So this is a cool piece from Japan. It is on the longer side. It is 28 inches. The larger beads, and this is circa 1980s from Japan. The larger beads appear to be like hand-painted porcelain. Here's what it looks like so you can kind of see, and then I'll show you up close here. Here is, why is it blurry again? There we go. Here is the clasp, and there is your Japan. And from my research, I'm positive it is a 1980s piece. So your white acrylic beads and some spacers in between. And then these fabulous. These are like a clay or a bisque. They mean porcelain, along that kind of lines. And they are hand painted. Don't appear to be a transfer. And again, from my research, I believe they're hand painted. It's a really cool piece. So that's running now. Thank you so much for your bid. Yeah, this is really fabulous. Nice, big, long, cool piece there. Alrighty. She is all yours. Congratulations. You are so welcome. All right. Okay. I have another Japan piece. I could not put my hand on my my black light to see if this one glows. For my research, it may glow. I had to like pack my office up in a hurry a few weeks ago because my basement started to leak. I had to pack my office up so I could get that taken care of. So my office is kind of a mess, and I just can't find my My black light. I don't know what I did with it. I still have a few more boxes to unpack, so I'm hoping it's in there somewhere. So this is a double-stranded from Japan. It is 19 inches. So really a neat piece. And I think it's like the lucite that is gonna glow. My brain is having a brain freeze right now, but I'm not 100%. Here is your where is it at? It's marked on here. There it is. On this side, I was going crazy. There it is, right there. There's your Japan. A little wear on the clasp, like metal wear, but it works. It's fully functional. The boxes there. But look at this. Aren't they fabulous? Really cool piece. So we will go ahead and hit start for you. Thank you so much for your opening bid. Just a really cool handmade gem from Japan. They always have the most fabulous pieces. Atomic. Thank you. Yes. All right. Congratulations. Like I said, I couldn't put my hand on my light. So I'm about to tell my husband I'm just going to buy another one. And then when it comes from Amazon, it'll, the other one will show up. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you love it. It is a neat gem. I want to say, I think I picked this one up in Montana. I live in New Jersey. My sister's husband, he just retired last year, but he was a life, was in the Air Force, for his whole career. And I'm pretty sure I got it in Montana. Yeah. So little Montana coming to you. Or little Japan coming to you via Montana. So, all right. Let me see. Let's do this one. Where did she go? She's over there. Okay. So this one is going to be 22 inches. Really pretty. Oh, she's stuck on there. Really pretty 5-strand faux pearl with some, I believe, rose quartz in there, but really pretty. Here is the clasp on there. Some metalware on the gold of there. But the beads are great on here. They're a really nice acrylic. They feel like that, they mimic the glass pretty well. And here is these right here. I just pushed it off for a second. Sorry about that. So here are the glass. I think that these are rose quartz. I may be wrong, but they look like it. But a really pretty piece overall. A couple of these beads right here at the clasp area, if you can tell on the camera or not, seem to be a little discolored just right here. But the rest of the necklace is really pretty overall. So that is running now. 5 strands. Pretty. Yeah, is it? It is really unusual. The bell shape. Stick that one over there. All right. Let's see here. I got some lucite. I'll put some lucite up. Anybody? Let's see. Okay. So this is a beautiful pink lucite. I love this one. It has the best sounding beads, like really, really good quality. It is, oh, I didn't measure this one. Ha, I dropped the ball, guys. Let me measure it real quick. I have my thing right here. So this one is approximately 22, about 22 inches. But an absolutely gorgeous pink lucite bead. Here is the, your barrel clasp. And the beads are beautiful. Great shape. They're not really like a circle. They're kind of like chunky and imperfect. And they do get bigger, a little bit bigger as you go to the bottom. So that one is run. Oh, whoops, pushed the wrong button. That one's running now. But really pretty. I love that pink color. It makes a great sound. The beads are beautiful. All right. Congratulations. Thank you for your bid. It's like a bubble, like that bubblegum pale pink. It's really pretty. All right. They are yours. You're so welcome. Lots of pretty necklaces tonight here. Everyone is getting. Right. The next one is orange. This one's 19 inches. And it is really another pretty one. Oh, my necklaces just fell on my desk. Some of them. They became unbalanced. All right. So this is like a tangerine, different shades of like a tangerine orange. Again, 19 inches. Here is, has the barrel clasp. And they're just all different shades. Some's frosted or swirled. But really, really cool necklace. Really pretty pair. So that one is running now. Thank you. Yeah, look at these beads. Aren't they great? It reminds me of like an orange creamsicle. Yeah. All right. Congratulations again. Some gorgeous pieces here. Yes, really pretty. Like I said, it reminds me of like a orange creamsicle. Orange Julius. I'm dating myself. Anybody know what I'm talking about when I say Orange Julius? Yes. Yeah. We used to hang out at the mall at the Orange Julius after school. Okay. The next one is a tiny one too. Let me make sure the size. Yes, this one's 13 inches. And if that one was like an orange creamsicle, this one's like lemonade and sunshine. So this is 13 inches. Does have a little, I want to say 2-inch. Let me double check. A 3-inch extender. So it can get up to 16. Yellow and like a white. Various sizes. There's a little wear, like discoloration on the hook of the metal. But the beads are really pretty. Like I said, like sunshine and lemonade. But a pretty gem. You loved a place. Yes. I was telling I'm going to push start on that now for 7. Um, I was telling my kids they're 23 and 19. And they're like, they just sold like orange milkshakes. Didn't get my excitement. I'm like, it was good. So that's, where's our hangout spot? We would go and get on a Friday, we would get our orange Julius and then go to the back of the mall and watch a movie for like $3. And then, my kids told me I was old if I watched a movie for $3. So then my mom told them they watched movies for 50 cents. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Let me put this one up. So this one, make sure 16 inches. And then it's going to be a rosary. I'll show you in a second. I'm just going in back and checking my numbers. 16 inches with a 4.5 inch where the cross drops. So I'll show you. So it comes in this, and you can see the enamel's worn off. So I don't know what the design was, but you can see a little etched box. Comes in this little tiny box. You can see there's a little marking on there would need to be cleaned up. And when I say it's a little box, this is how big. Like, it is a little box. So it's a very delicate rosary. It's mother of pearl. I would, definitely probably handmade. Come on, stop blurring up on me. There we go. So it's mother of pearl. There is no clasp. It just goes over, the head. You can see the chain is not like a super gold. There's some wear on the chain somewhat, like as far as it's regular, color. But here is the bottom part. So it has, I'm not sure if that's Mary. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not Catholic, so I don't have my glasses. And then here is the cross, and it is Italy. But it's beautiful. A beautiful rosary. Very delicate. Maybe it was a child's. But it comes, in that little box. So that is running now for $10. So yeah, so they made fun of me for like hanging out at the mall at the Orange Julius. But they go to the Amish market and hang out. Which I like the Amish market too. But every Thursday they head over there and get their smoothie and then their pretzel and their all that stuff. And so we each have our place we used to hang out. So let's see. Here is another. I think I showed this one. I think this one, yeah, this is one of the ones that make sure I'm showing you the right one. Yes. So this one's 29 inches. All fell on top of my other pile because my rack fell over. So this one is like a clear and a light, like a light gray, light orange, single strand lucite. Longer. There is your clasp. Pretty good. And there's your beads. pretty nice. Like I said, it's like a gray and an orange. The color's a little unusual, and they do get a little bigger towards the bottom, you can see, of the necklace. So that is running now for $7. Really great sound. I love the sound of the beads. Right. All right. Next up, I have another pretty mother of pearl. And this one is 24 inches, so it's pretty long. Here's what she looks like. Hand beaded. You can see I call this like the Wilma Flintstone necklace. That's what it reminds me of, her necklace. Here is your barrel clasp there. A little wear as far as like the metal on there, but the shells are gorgeous. Really pretty. Some like rough mother of pearl. So that's running now. Like I said, the Wilma Flintstone necklace. And her bone she liked to wear. Alrighty. So this one is not vintage, but just a kind of a fun handmade piece. It is made of wood and it's been like dyed. Kind of like a fun, summery, beachy kind of handmade wooden necklace with the fish on there. Here is the clasp. It's just like this really small hook. And then everything is dyed wood, wooden beads on there. Did I tell you how long it was? 22 inches. And these fish slide all over. So you could, slide them up to be next to the big beads, or you can slide them down and they can all be at the bottom. So kind of a cool beachy vibe there. So that's running now for $7. Make lots of noise as well. Oh, I forgot to switch that. Running for $30. All right, make sure I double check the timer on those. All right, so this one is really cool. This is another handmade gem, 24 inches. I am not certain what the medium is on these beads. They're almost, they all fell together. Goodness gracious, there we go. They're almost squishy. I don't know how to explain them. It's a barrel clasp, but it is more modern. You can see it is on a plastic. But look at these beads. The colors are great, and I'm not quite sure the medium. They're like kind of like hard and squishy at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's some sort of clay that is just a softer clay that doesn't get like super hard. When it is, when they're made, but they're really cool. And they're a nice quality bead. And the colors are absolutely fabulous. I can't quite, I just don't know the exact medium it is. But they're really cool. Yeah, that's right. It's like some kind of clay, but they're really neat. So that is running now for 10. They're all different. They're all different sizes, handmade, and really no rhyme or reason to the way that they're laid out. But I thought it was an interesting piece. All right, I have a few more modern handmade ones that I've come across. So I will show you these next. This one is 18 inches. This is really pretty too. So this has some lucite, some glass, and some acrylics. The colors are gorgeous. Blue, like blue, green, teal. I like the colors of like the world, right? When you see it from outer space, that's what it reminds me of. Here is the clasp that they used on it. And then you can see the beads are all different. There's some glass on there. Just really pretty. Look at that one. These are probably handmade. And then you have these. So there's some glass and acrylic. These are glass as well. Some of like the sugar kind of. I think this is more of a faux sugar. So you need to look at it. Look at that one. But a really cool handmade statement. So that one is running now. I don't think I told you it is. Yeah, I did. 18 inches. Yeah, really different, all different varieties. And they go together so nicely, the colors. Really pretty. Someone had a good eye when they put them together. My dog is barking. I apologize if you can hear her. All right, so the next one is 20 inches. And this is also a pretty handmade one with some really neat beads. Let me show you what it looks like first. She is going crazy. I don't know. She's probably staring out the window, barking at late night walkers. So it looks like this when it's on. This one's definitely more modern. You can tell from the hardware. But it's in very nice condition, and the beads are gorgeous. So you have like a mixture, again, of glass and different acrylics. This is very interesting as well. And some pretty metal beads. This I love. I think this is a pretty cool bead. Lots of glass on this one. These are neat too. So that one is running now for $8. Really pretty. Another great handmade one. Right. A few more ones that I pre-listed. I guess I have a few more than I thought. But I also have a big pile as long as I have, folks who want to look at them. I'll show them. All right. This one is just an interesting statement piece. Not vintage. Kind of like a long charm pendant necklace. Let me show you. It's very long, and it has all kind of mediums. There's wood, glass, metal beads on there. It is 29.5 inches. And then this, there is an extender on it for 2.5 inches. So it's pretty long, a pretty long piece. So here's the clasp on there. So it's like that like that brassy gold vintage look. These are not glass. These here, they're an acrylic. These are a glass, and these beads are glass. Then you just have some interesting charms on there. Some heart charms, some wooden circles, like a hammered disc. Kind of neat. And it's kind of like a neat charm necklace, I guess it would be called. A really neat one. You wear that and they'll hear you coming. So that one's running now for $5. It's fun. I like it. Like I said, definitely modern. I think they were trying to go for, that revival look with the heart and stuff, but still a neat piece. All right. Next up is also a modern piece. This is silver toned. It is 18 inches, and the pendant, the tassel is 4.5 inches. So it is a silver toned, more of a modern piece for sure. Blurry again. Oh my goodness, why is it doing that? There we go. So it's like a modern lobster claw on there. Silver tone, the metal is very nice. There's no discoloration. And then it has some metal beads that kind of have that hammered look to it. And then here is your pendant, which definitely has that hammered look. And then the metal chain tassel. So that one is running for $6. This one you could dress up or down. You could wear it, casual with a t-shirt and a blazer, or put it with a nice dress. Okay. All right. Next up is a cool piece. Check the length, 22 inches. So this is made of wood and stone. Where did you go? Goodness, I was like, wait a minute. And this is handmade. I think I forgot to put handmade on there, but this is handmade. Look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? I think it's pretty amazing. So here's the clasp, how they've done it. So it just kind of like slips in and out there. And then you have all these beads, which some are made of wood. And then you have some stone pieces added in there and some more wood and stone. Pretty neat. Pretty neat bib. So that one is $8 and it's running now. This is a little on the heavy side, but you need just the right neckline for this piece. So. Alrighty. Next up, I have a vintage Anne Klein. Let's see. Oh, I didn't measure this one either. I dropped the ball on that one too. Let me see. Let me see how long she is. All right. So she is 16 inches and has a 3-inch extender. And this is kind of interesting. It's gold toned and it has some like a faux stone and some rhinestone, and it's very heavy, but a really coolly inclined piece. Circa 1990s. So she looks like that. So she's got like a gold medal and then rope. So here is your Anne Klein mark. So that is her. So it has a gold medal chain, and then it has a rope. And then you can see the accent pieces. But a pretty cool 90s piece. So, oh, that should be, hold on one second, about my big old thumbs. There we go. All right, so that's running now. No discoloration on the metal. It's in really nice condition. Lots of different. These are a stone. Let me see. Show Mr. Owl. This is a 1970s articulated owl. It's 21 inches, and the owl himself is 3 3/4 inches. He is fun. He is not marked. Sarah Coventry did a line of like owls and like articulated owls and puppies, but this is not her. But this is what he looks like. He's pretty cool. Here is his clasp. And the metal is pretty good. Like minor wear, there's really no like real bad discoloration or anything like that on him. There's his eyes. Look at, he's really cool. Neat little guy. Like I said, minor wear, but nothing, over the top. So he's running now for 8. Anybody that likes owls, he is a cool piece. All right. Next up, I have another Japan piece. This is really pretty as well. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right length. 22 inches. Yes. So, this has acrylic, metal, and faceted glass beading on it. Sorry, guys. It like when my rack fell over, it fell in a pile on me. There we go. There we go. Isn't this pretty? This is 5 strands, hand beaded in Japan, in very nice condition. So there is your Japan. So white acrylic. The hardware is in pretty nice shape. I don't really see, minor wear, but no discoloration or, anything like that. And then you can see you have some metal and then acrylic beads, and then some cut faceted glass in between them. So really pretty 5-strand from Japan. So that is running now. kind of different, I think, you know, than I've seen for Japan pieces. Really pretty. All right, put that over there. I think I'm almost to the end of the pre-bits. I got a little carried away with my pre-bits, but they're so pretty. Okay, this one is interesting. This is another one I want to say, yeah, it is on the small side. So it's 14 inches with a 2-inch extender, and the bracelet is just shy of 7 inches. So this is a 2-piece set. So it's going to come with, it's like an army green and gold. And it's very short. Oops, it's all twisted. Very, very, very short. You can see it is really short. Has the J hook. A little bit, you can see right here, a little bit of discoloration at the top and some discoloration right there. But the beads are really great. You can see they're all hand beaded, triple strand. And then it comes with the pretty double-stranded matching bracelet. So that is running now for $12. I said the bracelet, I am a 7 and it fits me, but it's tight. Like I get it clasped, and I don't have, you know, it's not moving once it's clasped. Let's see here. Let me see what else. All right. Next up, I have a Monet. This is just a simple blue and white beaded, really tiny beads. Like the beads are very petite beads. 33 inches, so it is longer. Here is the clasp on there, and you can see the Monet written on the clasp, as well as there's the tag. And then here are your beads, blue and white, very tiny. So that is running now for $8. All right. So if you're just hopping on and there's anything that you would like to see, please let me know. I will go back, you know, and re-show anything that you would like to see. And then I do have some stuff over to the side that I just picked up today that I didn't get a chance to load. But, you know, I can show them, and if anyone's interested, I will just load them on the fly. So this is a really pretty, just a really pretty classic pearl strand. 5 strands, really pretty. These would be great for a wedding, I feel like. You know, mom or the bride or grandmom. But just a really, you know, classic faux pearl. Here is the clasp of your, you know, your J hook there. And your hardware is pretty nice. Not, you know, nothing real big. And the faux pearls themselves are beautiful. They're in great condition. So all different sizes. And did I say 30? Yes, 30 inches. So 5 strands of a beautiful faux pearl, just your classic pearls there. That's running now for $8. see how they go. Really pretty. All right. Let's see. Where did it go? Okay. So next is a soapstone tribal necklace, 24 inches. 24 inches, and the leaf is another couple inches. But a really cool handmade gem. It's not carved bone, it is a soapstone. Here's what it looks like. And then here is your, oops, there is your clasp. Come on, there we go. There's the clasp on there. And then your soapstone carved beads. And your fish. Look at those, they're really neat. And your elephants. And then you have a really neat leaf. So that is running now for $8. Someone was telling me the other day that elephants are, if you wear them, they're supposed to bring you good luck. Which I know, like I had always thought, like elephants have good memory. So I thought they would help us if we were, if we were an elephant, would help with our memory. But good luck would be awesome as well, for sure. Okay, let's see. So I already did that one. I must not have put that on there. Hold on one second. Okay, there they are. I was going to say, I thought I had put these, added these guys. All right. Next up, I have this pretty, this is probably circa 50s, maybe 60s, but not too much. So pretty V-shaped rhinestone. You can see right there. It is, let's see. Oh,
let's go, Mason. It's working.
Oh, my kid is yelling. I apologize. I told him be quiet, and he's 2 rooms away, but he sounds like he's right next to me. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. So this pretty gem is about 16 inches. So you can see the clasp here. There's your clasp. Minor wear, nothing extraordinary. And here is the stones. The stones are really nice. No dark or yellow that I can see. Here's the bottom though. How pretty is that? Isn't that beautiful? Really, really pretty. And here is your back. You can see what the settings are. So again, that is 16 inches, and that's going to run now for $8. It's a pretty one. And then I have another rhinestone. Let's see here. This one is 16 inches. And it's just a very simple, little tiny V rhinestone necklace. Again, probably a circa 50s. And it's very, very simple. Very subtle V. Here is the clasp on there. A little bit of wear you can see right there. This, the color, but overall, the stones are pretty nice. Don't really see any yellowing or dark stones or anything like that. And then it, like I said, it just has a very subtle little V at the bottom. And there's your setting on the back. That's what it looks like. So that is running now for $7. But just a very simple, subtle little shape there. Right. Let me see. This is a beauty. This one is a longer one. It is 25 inches, and then the circular pendant is another 2 inches. So, and the chain on this is really, really cool. So let me put it up here. Like I said, it's longer, so I'll have to kind of hold it up so you can see it is a very long pendant necklace. It is in really wonderful condition. Keeps blurring up on me. There we go. There is the clasp. So it does have a little bit of an extender on there. So 25 inches plus like another, let's say, inch. But here's the chain. The chain is pretty cool, right? Really a pretty design. And then you have this beautiful circular pendant. There's even some blue on the holder there. It is not marked. There's no mark on here, but it's still a beautiful piece. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. So that one is running now for $10. That gorgeous ice blue and a pretty piece there. All right. So if you are just hopping on, welcome. I'm Amy with South Jersey Mama Shop, Southern New Jersey. I'm about 35 minutes east of Philadelphia, so I'm kind of tucked down in that corner there. Thank you for hopping on and hanging out. All right. So this next one is I'm pulling it up to read you because I want to make sure I tell you. So it is a German piece. And it has on there, you'll see in a second when I show you, it's called Herefordshire. It's a formal ceremonial historical county in England that was dissolved in the year 1998. So this county is no longer a county, kind of. So it's probably somebody visited there and it was like a tourist piece. You know, they got it as a tourist prior to 1998 because it does not exist anymore. It is 18 inches, and then the pendant is 3-inch diameter. So here is what it looks like. So it's kind of chunky, right? Kind of chunky, but very interesting. So here is the clasp. You can see there is some discoloration on the clasp. And the chain is like, it looks like chain link fence, right? It looks like a miniature chain link finch. But here is the clasp. So here's that Hertfordshire. So it used to be a county in England that doesn't exist anymore. But there's a lot of interesting detail. It's probably pewter. I think it's pewter, but a lot of interesting, detail on here. It's kind of like a cool piece just to hang up and put on display. There's your back. So that is running now for $6. Yeah. Like I said, it's just kind of like display it, right? If anybody has any ancestry in England, that would be neat. A neat gift. All right, next up, another vintage statement piece. So this one is 21 inches with a 3-inch extender. And it is really like a chunky piece. It's really cool though. So it's gold and like ice blue. Here is what it looks like. Yeah, really cool. This kind of reminds me of like a soap opera piece that you would see like in The Bold and Beautiful or something. Here is your clasp and your chain. Yeah, minor wear, nothing bad. The color's pretty good. And here are your, like they are kind of, they all move. So you know, when you put it on, you have to make sure you set it. There is some wear on the pieces. If you look up real close, you can see some wear. But overall, still a cool chunky piece. Here's the back. So that one is running now for $6. I like the way this one sounds. All right, I think we're almost to the ends of the stuff I pre-listed, and then I can I'll just show you. I'll show you some other stuff as long as we have friends on here. So the next one is a JJ piece. If you're familiar with JJ, they are known for a lot of like novelty type brooches. They have like some really cool, interesting brooches. This is the first time I have ever come across a necklace from them. But it's a cool gold tones with an enamel, like abstracted circle pendant on there. Really pretty. Very nice condition. There is your clasp. Then you know, the gold chain is pretty and then, you know, no turning or anything like that. And here's the pendant, right? The pendant is really cool. Like, I like it. You really know where or anything. There's your JJ right there. Like I said, usually you come across JJ, it's a brooch. But this one's running now for $8. And again, it is 24 inches with an additional 2-inch if you count your pendant there. Kind of neat. All right. Let's see. Next up is a vintage Carla Jordan. This one is 21 inches with a 2 1/4 inch pendant. Oops. Silver, black, and gold with some flying geese. Like, I think it's a really cool gem. So here is your clasp, and you can see your Carla Jordan on there. And it is hand done. And here's your beads. They're like a metallic, and they get bigger. And then there's some black clay in there. And then this is really cool, the pendant. A little bit of wear, but not anything, you know, too bad. And here's the back. That back has a little more wear than the front. But a really cool collectible Carla Jordan piece. So it's running now for 10. All right, let's see, friends. I think that's it as far as preload. Oh, a couple more. And then I will show you. So the next one is it's vintage, but it still has the ticket on it. 24 inches, hand beaded gem from Japan with mother of pearl and gold beading. Very pretty. This is what it looks like. And here it still has the original ticketing on there. So your genuine mother of pearl from Japan, written right on there. And then here is your pearls, your mother of pearl. And it's like a chunky, like roll, bigger chunks there. So that one is running for 10. Another great piece from Japan. All right, friends. Now I'm going to show you some necklaces I just literally picked up today. So I have no pictures of them. Or anything else. So I'm just going to pull things out, show you. If you want to run it, we'll run it. All right, so next up is a 1980s, well, probably more early 90s Banana Republic piece. Gold with orange circles. There we go. So they are gold with orange circles. And it looks to be, the enamel looks pretty nice, as does the metal on there. Really cool. There is your toggle clasp and your Banana Republic. And this is, let's see, 18 inches. So gold tone with orange enamel, 18-inch Banana Republic. We can run that for 7. Anybody would like that. You can just say run. If not, we'll go on to the next pieces in here. Okay. Next up, I believe, I think this is Liz Claiborne. It is, let's see, like old Liz Claiborne. So it's 34 inches plus the pendant is 1.25 inches. So very long, like super long. So you're looking at like 35 inches. Gold toned, and Elsie. So I think it is like a 1990s Liz Claiborne. I feel like it's, I graduated in 92, and I'm pretty sure it's like a preppy style necklace. Look at the chain. The chain's very nice. Very pretty chain. And here is this feels like a stone. Yeah. It's like an engraved and then painted Liz Claiborne stone. So it has like that preppy look. So I will run this for $8. If anybody would like this one. It's really nice condition. Oh. I am thinking that this person's estate, she was, because I had her, one of the pieces is like a retirement pin where she retired in 1997 after 35 years. So that's why I think that's probably like an early 90s piece. All right. Next up, this is really pretty. Does not have any maker's mark or anything like that on here. Let me see how. Let me see. So this is 14 inches and with a 1-inch extender. So 15 inches at the most. It is like an Aurora Borealis faceted glass choker necklace. It's interesting because these glass beads, you can see they're like kind of flat. The Aurora Borealis, there's your clasp. Again, it's probably 90s. I don't think it's from her age, but it's really pretty. If anybody would like this choker, I'll run it for $7. You can just ask me and I will run that for $7. Pretty piece. All right. This is another. These are all from the same. Look at this one. Okay. This is very interesting. This is definitely 1990s because I can't remember. Well, this might be 70s, actually. I was getting ready to say I remember wearing them, but it was my mom's, and she went to high school in the 70s. So this is, the tie part is 22 inches. The necklace part is 14. So it's going to be a 36 inch, like it would be 36 inches long. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that really cool? So gold tone. Here is your clasp. Gold toned beaded necklace tie. And like I said, I was getting ready to say, it's like gold and silver, as you can see from the light. It's getting ready to say, oh, this is 90s because I graduated in 92, but it was my mom's. I wore hers, and she, from when she was in high school, and she graduated 72. So it's a 70s piece, I would say. Isn't that something? So if anybody would like this, I'll run that for $7. Like a gold tie. Or $6. We'll say $6. Gold tie necklace. He's kind of cool. Oh my gosh. So crazy. All right. This one's really pretty. This is a handmade piece. Let me see if I'm holding this the right way. Yeah. So it's got polished gemstones. The top is a single gold. And then there is 3 strands at the bottom of this necklace. So here is the gold. Minor wear. Looks like some, minor wear on there, but nothing too bad on the metal. Then you can see it's like caged gemstones or polished rocks. They look, they look pretty good. And then there is this piece as well, which is one of the strands. Just double checking. Yeah, they look pretty. Looks pretty good. You have some hoops here. Looks like this one. Oh yeah. That one has some verdigris. So that would need to be cleaned up. So maybe, you could wear it or you could upcycle, harvest the stones out of it. It is definitely on the longer side. Let's see. 36 inches. So 36 inches with the polished gemstones. If anybody would like me to run this one, I'll run it for $8 for the handmade gemstones. The circles, like I said, the circle pieces would need to be cleaned. So how about we do 7? So if anybody's interested in that for 7, you can just tell me to run it. I'll run that for 7. All right. Next up, I have is this March? Let me see. I thought I saw a mark on here. Let me just double check. I don't want to tell you wrong. I try to describe everything to the best of my ability. So I want to make sure. I thought it was Sarah Coventry, but maybe not. No. Oh, it's Pisces. Okay. So it's a zodiac. All right. The other piece is Sarah Coventry. Sorry, friends. So it's Pisces. It's just a pendant. With an acrylic Pisces. You can see the setting is pretty good. It's like I said, it is an acrylic, so it's not a real cameo. If anybody, is a Pisces, we can run this for 6. You just tell me to run, and I'll run that for 6 for you. Anything you see, I will eventually have in my store, just so you know. Because this last stuff that I'm showing you, I just got today, so haven't had time to load anything. All right, so this next one is really, really pretty. It has like black clay and glass, and faux pearl beads. The black cut glass beads are gorgeous. I'm just trying to remeasure it because it's 2 strands. So you would get 2 strands, and each strand is 60 inches. So it's 2 strands, and each strand is 60 inches. And you have beautiful black cut glass. Maybe even be all, could be all strand. I'm not, could be. It feels, it could be. And then you have like black clay and glass. Here's some more. These are beautiful. That's like an agate. And then a couple of thrown in faux pearls. So 2 of these, 60 inches a piece. Really nice condition. The beads are all different. So let's do both of these for 10. If anybody is interested in this. The beads are really nice. You can see you have some agate and everything in there. So 2 60 inchers for $10, hand beaded. Very heavy. Heavy little bundle of beads there. Right. This one was in the box. There is a class that's interesting there. Looks like somebody maybe, I mean, it's probably hand beaded because it is made with string. So that's how they put the clasp on. But the beads are really pretty. They appear to be hand painted with some metallic accent. If anybody's interested in this one, we'll run it for $5. Pretty primary colors. Looks to probably about 24 inches. Pretty piece. See what time it is. So I'm going to, if there's anything, I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes, show a couple more things. If there's anything that I've already shown that you would like to, ask me to rerun, you can like flip through that 55 and let me know as I show these last couple other pieces. Then I'm going to be hopping off because that'll be about 2 hours. This is a really neat, oh gosh, this is another 90s piece, early 90s. Jones, New York, statement necklace. Here's what that one kind of, looks like. Have a little crooked there. It looks to be about maybe 18, 20 inches. Let me just double check. 18. Oh, I got that right. So it has, that nice toggle clasp. These beads, you can see they're wrapped. Really pretty. And some gemstone there. And then this is a big glass, like an amber colored, or not glass, lucite. So if anybody is interested in this gem, I can do 6 on this one. Pretty Jones, New York. Let's see here. I'll do one more. This is pretty. So this is older. But it's pretty. This is carved mother of pearl. Look at that. Pretty hearts. Carved mother of pearl, handmade. This is shorter. You can tell by looking. It is 16. The big heart is 16. So the heart doesn't really, let's see, 14 inches. So it is a little on the smaller side. So it's a choker. Has a barrel clasp. And then pretty mother of pearl cut hearts on there. Anybody would like this, I'll run it for 7. And just say run. And we'll run it. What a pretty gem. All right, friends. Well, I have a lot more, but I am tired. I hope you all enjoyed looking at everyone's necklaces all day long. We sure do enjoy sharing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a great time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead and a safe one. I will see you next time. Give me a like or a follow, and then they'll let you know when I put new things on or when I go live again. All right. Have an absolutely wonderful night, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care. And we are going, you know what? We're going to go raid. We are going to go raid Ladybug. Here we go.